How we doing? Scott Cook here, coming to you from Flying Field Outfitters in Bend, Oregon. We're going to talk to you a little bit today about indicators and how they're used and in what applications we use them in for our local water around here and for just general trout fishing. We've got a bunch of different sizes and styles and colors, as you can see here. And they all have different purposes and different uses. A lot of people use them in a lot of different ways. Some of the more popular ones at this point, the airlock indicator, which is that guy right there, which I'm going to show you how to affix to your leader, is probably one of our best. Thingamabobber is another one. And then just kind of our quirky style indicators and whatnot here for our local lake fishing and stuff. The quick strike indicator and the quick release indicator is really great for some of our chronomid and indicator fishing. Then we go all the way back to some of the classics like the Pulsa stick-on indicator and show you some of the advantages and disadvantages to each one of these. Start off with the slip strike indicator here. We've got it in a couple different sizes and a couple different colors, as you can see. We primarily use this one on our lakes. One of the big advantages to this is when you do hook a fish on this and you set the hook, the pressure and tension of the fish actually releases the indicator, and then the indicator slides freely up and down the line so that you can fight your fish a little freer. The other advantage I like to this is that it is in a teardrop shape. So the shape of the indicator as it sits on the water like this, there's less resistance as it goes down and travels through the water. How you would affix it, I'm going to use backing here as an example. Typically we would use a leader. So let's assume that this is a leader and that this is attached to your fly line and strung up through your fly rod. And before you tie your fly on, we're going to slide the indicator on. So when you slide it on, you could see that it travels freely back and forth on the leader. There's a little black stopper in here, if you will. And the way that you attach this is you make a little loop here, and that loop, then you push this tight, okay? Now, that black stopper is what's holding that indicator in place. And again, as you set the hook and connect to a fish, it breaks free and travels up and down the leader. This is a big advantage, especially if you're in a float tube or a kayak or a canoe or a pontoon boat or something along those lines, because if you've got 12 feet of leader and you got a 9-foot rod and you hook up on a nice fish and that indicator is set and isn't a quick release indicator like this, you'll be too far away from the fish and you won't be able to land the fish because you're going to have a 12-foot leader and you got a 9-foot rod and you're going to be sitting down low in the water and you're not going to be able to bring your leader all the way inside your rod to be able to catch the fish. So again, this works really well for us primarily on lakes. A little tip on this: the harder that you set the black stopper in there, the better it's going to stay in there. But one of the disadvantages is when you hook a fish, it might not pop free. So as you really pull tight on this, again, that's when that thing is going to pop free, travel freely up and down the leader. So that's one.